TLDR, how to set up a MikroTik cloud-hosted router on Hetzner. Select Networks, then Create Network. Create one network for development and one network for production. Click back to Servers. Then click Add Server. Select Location Falkenstein, and the image doesn't matter. Select Shared vCPU and the smallest possible instance type. Deselect public IPv6 and select both private networks that you just created. Leave the remaining settings at their default. Give it a name that you choose. Wait for the server to come up, then click on the server, click Rescue, enable Rescue and Power Cycle, and select your SSH key. Now to your terminal. SSH into your newly created instance. Open the MikroTik website, select Cloud Hosted Router, and copy the raw disk image URL for the version that you want to use. Copy and paste the command that I provided in the description to write the image to your boot disk. After that's done, reboot your server. Open MikroTik's IP in your browser. The default password is blank. Choose a secure new password. You may want to reload the page after changing the password. Log in with your newly created password. You should see 3 Ethernet interfaces, one for your public interface, 2 for your private networks. Click on IP and then DHCP client. Add a new DHCP client for Ether2 and Ether3. Go back to interfaces, select Ether2 and Ether3 and configure the MTU to match the actual MTU. After these changes, if you go back to IP DHCP client and the status is still requesting, try to reboot by going to System Reboot. Wait for the router to come back up, log in and go to IP DHCP client. You should now see IP addresses for all 3 interfaces. To test connectivity within the private network, create a new server. Go back to the Hetzner console, click on Add Server. Select any location within EU Central. The image doesn't matter. Select the smallest possible instance type again. Deselect public IPv4 and public IPv6 and select one of your private networks. Leave the remaining settings at their default. Wait for the server to come up and take note of the private IP. Go to Tools Ping in MikroTik and paste the new private IP. Click Start. You should see the server respond to the ICMP packets. Congratulations, you've successfully set up your first MikroTik router on Hetzner.